Blake Lively continues to be in trouble, you guys. More and more interviews are coming out from the past that don't make her look like the nicest gal in the world, and it is just piling on to the Blake hate train this week. Also, the interviewer that posted the interview that said she wanted to quit her job after talking to Blake Lively has made another video addressing the situation, and we have got to get into everything because I just cannot believe still that this is actually something that is happening. I mean, I never really thought that Blake Lively was going to be getting talked about this much because she is a pretty private celebrity, but now that she is talking, people are seeing it. They are listening and they don't love it. Following the release of the movie It Ends With Us, she's been met with tons of backlash for a couple of reasons. People just feel like she overstepped when it came to the filmmaking process and wasn't giving Justin, the director of this film and also one of the main actors of the movie, and also the one who acquired the rights to make the film in the first place back in 2019, the respect he deserved. People started to look at her differently, and things really kicked into high gear when an old interview from 2016 was recently released onto YouTube from when Blake and Parker Posey did an interview for the film Cafe Society. It was an extremely uncomfortable interview to watch. The mean girl energy that just took place in this was blowing people's minds.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
You've got two nice ones.
And they are kind of bumps, aren't they?
No, not bumps. The lovely lady lumps. Check it out.
Thank you, thank you.
Are
You
you
like the movie? Are you a Woody Allen fan?
I love most of his movies, and this one was so like visually amazing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Did you guys love wearing those kind of clothes that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, working in
Everyone
digital.
wants to talk about the clothes, but I wonder if they would ask the men about the clothes.
I would.
I love Jesse's
He has
suits
some
and
beautiful. That's
how
what I'm saying.
he
His
turns
wardrobe
it.
was
Oh,
beautiful.
I know,
Corey's
everybody.
wardrobe was
I know.
gorgeous.
He's
Those
so
high-waisted pants.
He's so great.
I would wish men
And
wore
sorry,
high-waisted pants
too.
like
I
that
know.
still.
Me too.
Or their father with his tank top in bed.
It's so
Just
good.
like, it's just like
Did you
that.
catch
You could
the,
feel
the
it.
tablecloth on the light in the Italian restaurant when they eat spaghetti?
I didn't
and
notice that. No.
There's
Yeah,
so
I
much
feel like-
warmth of everything, you know.
Yeah, it's not just the women that have the clothes.
And I mean, at the end of the interview, that eye roll from Parker Posey was not doing anyone any justice. Not in this situation.
Who they actually are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
The journalist has since come out to say that she actually didn't time this on purpose with Blake getting called out and that it just happened to be a coincidence.
I got so many questions from people asking why I decided to post that interview now, 8 years later. And the reason for that is that I got contacted by another reporter who told me a story that was a little similar to this one that he had experienced. And then we started talking about comparing notes about this. And then I just felt like, you know what? It's not okay to behave like that. And I think it needs to be called out. And so that's the reason why I did that now so much later. And also because it took me a while, to be honest with you, it took me a while to actually get over it. It affected me for a while because it made me nervous when I was interviewing other people after that. And I blamed myself for it for a long time because I felt like I did or said something wrong. And that's the reason why I waited so long. And I actually hadn't read up about all the other controversy that was going on with Blake Lively and her new movie, It Ends With Us. So it was kind of a coincidence, I have to say, that this ended up being posted right now.
She also talked about this problem in Hollywood where stars won't take accountability for this type of thing or apologize and seem to say how the industry just excuses things like this.
No one came out and apologized, and they probably told her, don't come out, don't react, don't do anything, we'll take care of this for you. We'll just say that it's the journalist's fault and that you were offended by her, and then we'll just plant some other good positive stories. And I think that's the problem in Hollywood and many other places, that people don't own up to their mistakes because they're afraid that it's going to backfire or that it's going to make them look bad. And I think it's time to change that.
Now, other videos have since come out of Blake where celebrities seem to be giving her some side eye in public, and others are looking way more deep into these videos thinking it was a sign or something that we should have noticed from back then. One video is of Ellen Pompeo at a fashion show, and she is sitting next to Blake Lively, and the caption of this video is, "Did Ellen Pompeo try to warn us that day? I think she knew before everybody else did." As she seemed to not want to interact with Blake and just chats with her fellow Grey's Anatomy co-stars and gives this look about Blake. Maybe she was bothered because Blake was posing for pictures, I don't know, but something about this side eye, people were looking a little deeper into it this week. The other video is also at a fashion show, and it is Zendaya sitting next to Blake, and people think that Zendaya was giving Blake some side eye in this video. There's also just tons of compilation videos of Blake now that are out there online of her being rude to other interviewers, not taking things seriously, or dissing her fellow castmates. The other conversation, aside from Blake giving mean girl energy, has been how she's promoted the film. It's honestly what really got the conversation surrounding It Ends With Us started, and why a lot of people were talking about Blake, because they were just really bothered by how she was talking about the movie in interviews, because it is a movie about DV, and they just felt like she wasn't taking things seriously. And as more came out about the movie, people were saying, you know, she stepped on Justin's toes and made it her own and transformed the whole promotion of the film into this romantic, floral, cutesy vibe. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni continues to promote this movie for what it is, and even went to a movie theater the other night and talked to those in the audience before it started.
I'm so sorry, I felt so bad. I was like, no, just like the watch. Oh my God, hi everybody. A film in a theater and have people sitting, and like, thank you for choosing to leave your houses and like come and sit and have this experience. The film is about love, it's about hope, it's about romance, but it's also about something very serious, intimate partner violence. So I just want to say, it is prevalent, it is everywhere. There's a good chance that a few people in this room have been touched by it. So by chance, if you see somebody at the end of this film sitting alone and shaking or emotional, maybe consider going up to them and asking them if you can support them in some way. So I ask anybody who watches this film to maybe be reflective at the end and see what's the cycle you can break in your life.
So he is certainly continuing to be the public's favorite in all of this, and is just making Blake and the rest of the cast's promotion of the film look even worse. Brandon Sklenar, who is the other main actor in the film, ended up posting on Instagram this week to actually defend Blake and Colleen against some of the hate online that has been very critical over the promotion of the film, ensuring people that they are taking this movie very seriously. He said, "I wanted to take a minute and address all this stuff swirling online. Colleen and the women of this cast stand for hope, perseverance, and for women choosing a better life for themselves. Vilifying the women who put so much of their heart and soul into making this film because they believe so strongly in its message seems counterproductive and distracts from what this film is about. It is, in fact, the opposite of the point. What may or may not have happened behind the scenes does not and hopefully should not distract from what our intentions were in making this film. It's been disheartening to see the amount of negativity being projected online. Someone very close to me has been struggling with a relationship that has mirrored Lily's closely. I feel a responsibility to bring this to life and help spread that message further. Prior to my involvement in this film, she had not heard of the book. It was only then that she had read it. She credits Colleen's book and subsequently this film with saving her life. Trust me when I tell you, there isn't a single person involved in the making of this film that was not aware of the responsibility we had in making this, a responsibility to all the women who have experienced generational trauma, domestic abuse, or struggle with looking in the mirror and loving who they see. This movie is a harsh reality check for the men who need to get their together and take responsibility for themselves and their actions. This film is meant to inspire, it's meant to validate and recognize. It's meant to instill hope, it's meant to build courage and help people feel less alone. Ultimately, it's meant to spread love and awareness. It's not meant to once again make the women the bad guy. Let's move beyond that together. All I ask is that before you spread hate on the internet, ask yourself who it's helping. Ask yourself if your opinions are based in any fact, or if you simply want to be a part of something. Let's be a part of something better together, a part of a new story being written for women and all people everywhere. Lead with love and please be kind, Brandon." He seemed to obviously just want all of the drama to quiet down, but it seemed he might have only added some more fuel to the fire here, because in this, you know, he's talking about the women of this film putting so much of their heart and soul into making the film, and he tagged the cast with the exception of Justin Baldoni. So it's like, you know, he wanted to defend that we shouldn't be poking at any of the drama here. We shouldn't be giving that any mind. We should just be focusing on the messaging of this movie. But then he doesn't tag Justin. So then he's just basically adding to the drama here of people thinking that the cast doesn't like Justin. Like, I know he's talking about the women of this film, but how do we leave out the director of the movie, the person that made it all happen, the person that got this movie to be a movie, you know? Which is a huge deal because Justin is the one that is promoting the film the way that everybody thinks the film should be promoted. And I'll also just say it's interesting for him to talk about the messaging of this film when his answer for what the movie is about on Watch What Happens Live recently was just not giving anything at all, and he got a lot of flack for it.
What's the movie about? Give me a plug.
It's about hope and love and overcoming a really difficult situation.
All right.
Very good.
So the drama just honestly keeps continuing, and even those that try to put out the fires end up getting in some drama themselves. I mean, this is just such a mess at this point. And I also just think it's very clear that the cast is siding with Blake, and a lot of people feel like that is the case because she is Blake Lively, she's married to Ryan Reynolds, they're very connected people, and this is why they have decided to side with her, but it's not making them look good. I'll just say that. So that is the whole situation that just continues to get messier and messier as the weeks go on, and everything that just keeps continuing to come out about Blake. I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.